All right. I see Ike just popped in on us over there.
Mm-hmm.
So what we gonna do some switcheroo around here a little bit.
Here's what we're gonna do. Miss Carter is gonna step back for a little bit. I'm gonna move over to this side. I'm gonna let the men. Yeah, that's what I wanted. No, this is the Love and Victory show with Val, Brother Carter.
All right.
I will step back. I'm gonna move over to this board. And I'm gonna allow the men to have the table, and I'll pop in and out.
Pop in and out.
All right, then. Here we go. We're gonna bring Mr. Ike the mic in.
All right, Ike is in the building.
Come on
AKA what the Ike name is? Isaac.
Come on in.
Isaac is in the. He ought to be exhausted right now. Ike has had a wonderful show on yesterday, comedy show.
Nice.
Saved and Silly. Comedy show, gospel
Saved
comedy
and Silly.
show, Saved and Silly, man. You
I
did
like
an
that.
outstanding job there, Ike,
yes.
man. What you guys presented was class A.
Yeah.
Class A, man.
Saved and Silly.
Man. Talk to the people a little bit there, Ike. Welcome to the show. How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. I'm
Yeah.
a little tired, but
Good time.
You good, man. You good.
And you
good.
both.
You showed up, man.
Yeah.
I'm
Appreciate you
good,
showing
man.
up to the building, man.
Thank y'all for having me.
Yeah, God bless you. We're talking about real fathers, real men, and we have a bunch of real fathers and real men on the show today, man. Wow. So I'm not going to tire you with my voice all day. I'm going to let the brethren introduce themselves personally. And we're going to start off with Brother Justin B. Long. Justin, good morning.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Justin
right.
Long. I am excited to be here.
All right. Tell the people a little bit about yourself, Justin.
My name is Justin B. Long. I'm not the same as the actor Justin L. Long, just in case everybody gets that confused. But I'm way better looking than he is, and he's got a lot more money than I do. But I'm a business owner and an author and a guy that's committed to growing and trying to become the best version of myself that I can be. And I'm just really excited to be a part of the Love and Victory show.
Thank you. God bless you there, Justin. Ricky, tell the people a little bit about yourself. Good morning.
Good morning, man. Fired up in here. We got enough of brothers in here, man. Everybody got the beard working, you know what I'm saying?
We got the testosterone going up in here this morning.
Call it Big T happening today.
It feels good to be around the round table right now. There's number of men in here right now. So
Exactly. You know?
I don't see no ladies in here. It's just straight men. So you know what kind of show we're going to have today. Yeah, it's going down. It's muscle day over here.
Gotta play that disclaimer.
I feel like you about to do some DMX stuff. Got the brothers in there, you know what I mean? Man.
Come on, tell the people a bit about yourself.
I'm Ricky Getwood. I'm an author, life coach, personal trainer, massage therapist, speaker, drummer. I am a lover of life, and I'm all about spirituality and helping others grow.
Amen. That's
right.
Brother Ricky Getwood. Brother Isaac, a.k.a. Ike on the mic. How you doing this morning?
I'm good, man. I'm
Hey,
good.
tell the people a little bit about yourself. Who are you?
Ike on the mic, radio personality, comedian, and a father.
All right.
Real father.
Yeah, I'm a real father.
And how many?
I am a single father of two. My wife died when my girls were 5 and 7.
All right.
And now they are 24 and 26. And let me tell you, raising girls,
Oh, man.
ooh boy.
Talk about that all day.
We are the easiest. I think we're much easier than guys.
No. Let me. I'm a living witness.
Yeah.
And I am a lady. I think we are. Tell me why we're hard.
But it's one thing about, and I say this all the time, that when a man raises a girl, that makes him a better man.
There you go. Okay.
Because when you raising girls, you got to be a nurturer. You got to be a good listener.
Uh-huh.
Just like you're in a relationship. You got a comforter. You got to pay money out. Yeah, man. I mean,
You gotta give $2.
oh, what? No, it's more than $2.
You gotta keep going.
Because you get some little boys, you ain't got to comb their hair.
All that.
Girls, they got to get accessories and get hair combed, and they got to smell good. They got to take baths.
You gotta teach them all this.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I don't want to teach them all that.
And as you guys can see, we're gonna have a real show with real.
Yes, ma'am.
We
So
all day on that one.
what I want to say to Ike, the real father, real man, is you was forced even to be a real father, real man at this stage since his wife
Yeah.
Like that.
I mean, it was literally on the job training.
Yeah.
You know, because you wake up one morning, you're like, man, I don't know how to do their hair.
Yeah.
You know, and then as they get older, they go through the women change. You don't know what to do about all that.
Yeah. But you did it though.
I had to.
Yeah. All right, as y'all can see, this is Ike. Ike is gonna have a good time on the show today as well. We have Brother Paul in the building,
yes,
aka Mr. P.
P-Man, yeah.
The P-Man.
Yeah.
He's also
that's my alias name.
Yeah.
P-Man, yeah. That's what it is. P-Man. Everybody know me as P-Man. Yeah.
P-Man is not only just P-Man. P-Man is the owner of the radio station here that we are having the extreme pleasure of being on today. So welcome to the show, P-Man.
Appreciate it, Lauren.
And talk to the people, man. Tell the people who you are.
I mean, I can say a lot, so I'm gonna kind of just break it down. For the people that always mention, say, P-Man, how you get P-Man?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a producer. I
Okay.
produce music.
Right.
I've been in the music business for the last 30 years in the music business. So, producing records and just being around the music, that's how I end up creating this radio station because, having a platform to be able to produce your artists and so on from that, and then I had to have a alias name because, using my name Paul as a Bible name, Paul, I had to be a little bit more tough and a little gangster, so I need to have, P-Man. P-Man was my main name that I love to go by. But besides that, I'm a loving father and grandpa as well. So I'm always loving on my kids and my grandkids.
Of how many?
Oh, man. I have a total of 9 altogether.
Nice.
With 7 grandkids and one in the oven right now.
Oh, have mercy.
Yeah, we got a big family, man. So when they come over, we got a whole team, man. We really
baseball and
basketball together, both together. But trust me, everyone that comes there to the house, man, they love us, man. All the their relationships, their husband, boyfriends. They come, they don't want to leave.
Okay.
We take them all. As you can see, we deep.
Everybody welcome. Man.
Everybody.
Yeah,
we deep.
That's good. So you had to name yourself, give yourself a name, P-Man.
Yes, right.
Because that record business got to be a tough business to be in.
Most definitely. When you're in the hip hop business, crossing over to gospel, it was kind of tough. Because I had to filter myself. Mm-hmm. Because coming from a hip hop side, and coming over here, it's too many judgmental people. They judge you a lot, So I had to be careful with my character, because my character is everything. So coming over here, if you notice today, I try not to be more visual on this side, on the gospel side, because of the things that I have done on the hip hop side, and I just try to stay away. But besides that, I have a praying wife to a point. She say, don't worry about what they say, because they're gonna judge you.
And I was getting ready to jump in on that, if you don't mind.
Sure.
So that's one of the biggest things that I think what causes issues in the Christian community. We're so quick to judge people as if they've never done anything.
Yeah.
You know, and one of the things about the Love and Victory show, we're just gonna be candid and be real. Ain't none of us free from sin. And if you're free from sin, then
you throw the stone first.
You throw the stone first. So I would say this, Brother P. You keep on doing what you're doing.
Yes,
you
thank you, sis.
You got a bigger heart than most that been in church 30 years.
Exactly.
So I'm gonna leave that alone.
Okay, yeah, we'll leave that alone.
Look, I was about to jump on him. I'm gonna stop.
Hold on.
Okay.
We still got Steven over here.
Okay, all right.
I'm gonna throw this little bone out there also. We all had to be forgiven for something.
Yes.
So man, if you want to be visual on the gospel side now, if God forgave you, it don't matter what people say.
That's right.
All right.
That's
so
right.
Steven, good morning, Steve. How you doing there, sir?
Good. You guys hear me all right?
All right. Tell the people a little bit about yourself there, Steven. Who are you?
I actually am the producer for the Love and Victory Show with Val podcast.
Hold on one second, Steven. It's pretty choppy on your end. You might want to go out, come back in. It's coming in very choppy, and we'll come right back to you. So it's like it's something going on with your Wi-Fi. While he's checking on that, we're going to go ahead and move forward with the show, and we'll come back.
Well, tell the people who Stephen is.
Stephen is the producer of the Love and Victory show. Stephen makes sure that those beats, he makes sure that our graphics, the editing, he just kind of does it all behind the scenes. But more importantly, Stephen is a true man of God. I mean, talking about faith walking, not by sight. That is Stephen. He has a beautiful soul inside and out, and you'll get to know Stephen as this conversation move forward.
All right. So let's just right on into it, gentlemen. Let's get with it.
And as you guys know, I love to start off with. I did say I was going to break. I guess that voice coming back now. Go ahead, Brother Carter. You can go to y'all next. I'm gonna let you go start it. Go ahead.
She made it 5 minutes.
Yeah,
thank you, Justin. Thank you.
So let's start off with the topic of the show: real fathers, real men. And let's just start off with just that topic. What that mean to you, Stephen? Are you back yet?
Yeah, is it better?
Yeah. What does that mean to you, real father, real man?
Oh man, one of the reasons I wanted to join in on this conversation is because I believe I'm here to represent the new generation of fathers. So I'm here to learn from you guys, honestly, because I honestly, I mean, since I'm the producer, I feel like I know a lot of you guys already. I listen to every single conversation you guys have on here, and I always try to. Sometimes it takes me a little longer to edit because I have to stop and listen to what you guys are saying. Because to me, being a real father is, I mean, like you guys have covered it already on a bunch of episodes previously, but from my personal experience, I believe that it's mainly being there.
Okay.
And some people are better at it in certain aspects. However, I think it's an art form to be a father, because it's you have to balance work, you have to balance being a nurturer, you have to balance being a spiritual leader, you have to, on top of that, find time for yourself. Because if you can't grow personally, how can you lead somebody if you don't know what you're doing?
Right. And I want to tell y'all something. Stephen is legally blind. And he has capabilities of being a real father and real man, a father of two. Correct, Steve?
Yeah, I have
and
2 kids, 2 boys.
Two boys, and he's raising both his sons
with his wife.
Yeah, and his wife, man.
That's beautiful.
And they're good people, man. We love you, Steve. They're coming on to the show.
Yeah, it's good to be on.
All right, Ricky, because Ricky not gonna be with us long. Ricky gonna cut out on us, so I gotta jump on him a little bit.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Ricky. So what this topic mean to you, real father, real man?
Man, a little bit of everything, man. I can't get away without talking to my brother Paul. Right? My middle name is Paul, so.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
I can't ever forget his name. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But the crazy thing that I've learned to accept is the realest father is the realest human. You know what I'm saying?
Break that down.
Because they're okay with part of their life.
Okay.
And they have no problem communicating that to their kids, to their wife, to their friend, to their spouse, anybody. You know what I'm saying? So the person that tries to hide who they really are is the fake father.
Come on now.
The person that's openly communicating every negative thing about them, every positive thing, that's the real father. They have no problem saying, yo, I really messed up as a kid.
I've been down this road.
You know what I'm
I traveled this track that you potentially going to.
Right.
So
if they keep, the guy who tries to hide everything back and put on this male chauvinistic attitude to their kids and to their wife, they're the fake fathers. You know what I'm saying? And here's the thing that most people got to realize. Most dudes need to realize is that your wife and your kids, they calling you up every single time. Every single time you put on this fake person, they're like, that's not who you really are. They can see it because you're trying too hard to be that person.
Right.
When you just sit back and just being that real person, they're like, I like that person a whole lot better. Yeah, so you're trying to teach a person to be themselves, but you're not yourself. So my definition of real father is like, I'm a-okay with saying, look, this is the good stuff about this, the bad stuff about me, and this is how I'm gonna help you get to where you want to be by being open about who I am.
That's good. Appreciate that, man.
Absolutely.
That is good. Brother Ike, what do you think about that, man? I know, Brother Ike, I'm going to tell y'all again, man. Brother Ike is tired right now. This man put on man. And we just so grateful that you got up this morning. And plus, he got a show
a show right after us.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Working, bro.
You can't help it, huh?
No. It comes with the territory.
When you get off,
Best believe when I get out of here today.
Yeah.
Man, look at here, boy. It's gonna be dark in my house.
But thank God the girls is grown up now.
Oh, yes, sir. Yeah, yes, sir. So one thing I think, man, is I'm always thinking about the 3 P's.
Okay.
As a father, you got to be provider, protector, and pastor of your home.
Come on now. Come on now.
And you know,
that's what I like about the show and having this panel. You get different perspectives.
And when I say that pastor part, it doesn't mean you got to be churchy or
right.
But you have to set an example. That's what I mean by that part. And in order to do that, you know, you have to also invite 3 things into your kids and your homes, you know, family. You have to provide them mentally, physically, and spiritually.
Amen.
And because all those situations come up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, your daughter may come, Daddy, this boy hit me in the eye. You got to get physical. Or your daughter may come home crying. And you got to comfort her mentally. You know, so all those things going into being a father, and you go experience every last one of those things.
That's right.
You can't get around it. There's no way. If you're a good father, trust me, you're going to experience all those areas and all those lives.
If you don't mind, I want to kind of jump in on that a little bit because of you're able as a father to jump in on the emotion, because men a lot of times say that they are they're not really emotional,
right?
But because you had to be a single father, you learned early on you had to turn the emotion on.
I did, right? And that was probably the hardest part.
Okay,
you know, because you know when your 11-year-old daughter is standing in your room crying, you know what do I do? What am I supposed to do?
So you guys, you had the capability of turning it on if you want to.
Yeah.
You want to. So when I hear a man say that, well, I'm not emotional, he's choosing not to tap into that.
Yeah, and that comes to, you know, as a single father, you know, you have to become a nurturer. There's no way around it.
Right.
Because your child will be standing there looking at you and you looking at her. You know, and
do them like the boys.
No. I'd be like, man, get out of here and man up, man. They get over there and sit down somewhere. And you can't do that with girl. And you know, prime example, you know, my oldest daughter is 26. She comes to me like 2 years ago. And I'm like, oh my God. So I gotta be a nurturer again. And I figured that it don't stop.
Yeah.
It don't stop.
Well, I know y'all listening out there, and if you want some of this good candid conversation, we have a huge panel. But if you want to call in, call us at 346-355-0100. That number again is 346-355-0100. And you can get some of this candid conversation as well. Amen. All right, but Paul, how you doing over there, man? Real father, real man.
Yes. Real father, real man.
Another perspective.
Yes. Just being real. I mean, you can't be a counterfeit dollar bill.
Come on.
Okay.
That's right.
Being counterfeit, that just eliminate everything by being a father. Okay. Being a real father is someone that your wife and your kids can lean on. Okay. Regardless if it's your daughters.
Yeah.
And, you know, I have son, I have both. And being understanding as well.
That's
because you have to be understanding as a father to be able to listen. You got to be a good listener as well.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Very good listener. So
especially when it comes to the girls.
That too, most of the girls, you know, I mean, I'm glad, you know, I got a praying wife, you know. I don't deal with all those. The emotion. Every now and then I have to show my emotional side. But that's very often that I show that side. You see.
Thank God for Lady T.
Yeah, that too. And see now, you know, by me showing that sensitive side, you know. And this the thing that, you know, fathers hate to hear, okay? By you showing that sensitive side, sometimes your kids come to you like, for instance, my wife and my daughters, they've had a discussion, and they mentioned it. They told their mama, because she came back and told me, she say, I think Daddy getting soft now. Now you see why I don't want to show that sensitive side.
Oh yeah.
During the whole time they was growing up, I was tough. You know, I was tearing them up. I was during that time of growing up, but now they all grown.
Right.
I bagged out. And the grandkids
running over you.
Exactly. And they saying, Daddy, if I would have did that, you would have told me up. Yes, but Dad done got a little older now.
That's right.
I don't have that backswing no more. You see, if I get the whooping right now, I'm gonna throw a shoulder or something that. So,
I don't think that they're saying you're getting soft. I don't think that's what they were saying. I think they're saying, oh, he's opening up his heart.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna clean that up.
But they're not used to that image.
That's a real good try, though.
Yeah, exactly.
You feel me? All right.
Yeah.
You see, Lawrence, they're not used to that image.
That's right.
You see,
they're not used to that. They've been seeing
the tough.
They've
been seeing P-Man. Yeah.
And now they seeing Paul.
They seeing Paul. Paul always have been there.
Yeah.
But P-Man, you know, they like P-Man, the gangster side. I know my dad. I know how he operates.
Yeah.
But now, you know, they saying I'm soft on the grandkids, man. So they say I'm soft now. So hey, but besides that, being a good listener and be able to accept that and still move on and still love your kids at the same time, that will make a bigger father.
So it looked like we got a phone call just came in.
Before we do that phone call, I really wanted to hear from Justin on. I know he's not a father, but he is a real man. Mm-hmm. What do you have to say along that topic, Justin?
Well, it's I love what the discussion has been so far on this, and I think that the most important thing for me is that honesty about I am a human being, you know, with the good and the bad. My dad was not a great father in many ways, and he convinced me at a very young age that he was right no matter what, and that I was expected to always be perfect. And I had that expectation of myself, just like my dad had on me, of that perfection that I could never reach. And I think that once I got older and I realized that my dad was not perfect, that made me feel like he was a bit of a hypocrite because he always held such a hard line about that stuff. So I think, you know, setting an example for your kids that it's okay to be wrong, and this is how you handle being wrong, and do it with character and integrity, you know, that's an important thing for a kid to learn, because we're all going to be wrong from time to time. So I appreciate so much that what Ricky was talking about with that, like this is me in all of my aspects, and this is me on my best day, and this is me on my worst day, and it's all okay, and this is how you be you. That's just a valuable lesson for a kid to learn from their father.
Yeah, and let me tell y'all a little bit about Justin Long. Now, Justin B. Long is the writer and author of a book called The Righteous Rage of a 12-year-old.
10-year-old boy.
A 10-year-old? Yeah. Okay, he breaking up, couldn't he?
Okay.
But anyway, Justin grew up on the rough side of the mountain, man. His daddy was a very abusive man as a young lad, so he don't know, had an idea, a clue of what being a father was about, but he grew up and became his own man. So Justin, we're proud of you, man, and all the accomplishments that you made throughout your life, and all the changes you have made in your life. So
I want to throw a question out there, and anybody can take this question.
Point to somebody since you're doing it.
I'm going to throw a question out there. Tell us about the moment that when you had your child. Let me start it over. Hold on. Tell us about a moment when your child surprised you and made you proud to be a father.
When your child, which one?
It don't matter. Most
of us have multiple.
That's okay. Just choose one.
Yeah, I got a couple of them. With me and my 3 biological, 2 stepkids, and multiple relationships I was in. So my middle son, who's 23 now, he's in school for psychology, Sam Houston. They actually want to write a paper about his parents. And he sat down, and I told him, I said, look, I am really trying to break tradition here, man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm being very open and talking about my personal issues so you can understand how to move forward in life, right? And with you being in psychology, I need you to understand these different behaviors, right? You know, I've been studying stuff for years. So he said, I want to sit down and ask you a bunch of questions. And I was like, Dad, let's go. Let's go for it. I said, just know that whatever you ask me, I'm going to tell you.
Be real.
I'm gonna be blunt with you, very transparent. And I was like, but surprisingly, no, not surprisingly, yeah, actually be surprised me. The fact that he asked me some really detailed questions about my childhood. you know, to understand why I am. And he was like, the first question he asked me, he said, how did you feel when you realized your dad wasn't gonna be around? I was like, oh, here you go, trying to get me to cry.
Getting you all emotional.
Yeah, all emotional.
Punch you straight in the gut.
The old Ricky wanted to be like, man, shut up, boy. You stop being so nice and like that. But as he continued asking questions, I realized he was building up to say things like, I'm really proud of you for the that you become, in addition to all the stuff that you've been through. And I was like, so his paper was really, really deep. And he was like, my dad is the ideal man that I want to look up to. And I was like, yeah, because he's like, I'm from Port Arthur. You know that. You know what I'm saying? Like west side of Port Arthur. Ain't nobody out there trying to be successful. Everybody doing their crazy stuff, right? But for me to pull myself out of the west side of Port Arthur, Lewis Manor, you know what I'm saying? Single mother, dad all over the place, and then be, musician, author, speaker, everything I am now. And he was just like, wow, you really did it. You know what I'm saying? So at that moment, I was like,
okay.
Thank you, son.
Anybody else want to take that?
I think I'll jump on Valerie.
Right.
I just had that proud moment with my baby boy. Over the years,
don't start crying.
Oh no! I'll just get my thoughts together. No. Over the years, as being entrepreneurs, and he's seeing it growing up that we have several different types of businesses coming up during his time, and we just had this recent conversation here that once he graduated, right? He came to me and said, "Dad, I got this idea." I said, "What idea you got, son?" He said, I want to start my own business." Okay. I say, okay, what you trying to do? He said, I'm finna start my pressure washer business. So in my mind, I'm saying, all this stuff I got going on, you want to start a pressure washer business. But I got to keep this in mind that most of the time, your kids don't want to follow the same dreams that you have and what you built. I try to teach my kids, look, I done already did the hard work. I did the footprint. So you have all these other business, from the t-shirt business, from the radio station, from the record company, and so on. You have all these others, but sometimes your kids don't want to follow that. They want to be able to have their own vision most of the time. So what made me that proud moment was when he know how to go and get his own DBA, know how to do his own paperwork. From that point. And that what made me a proud father at that particular time, and that moment, because he knew how to do these steps at the age of 18. From signing from his DBA, he know how to pull up on the incorporation and so on. And he already did a checklist of all the equipment that he need, from pressure washer, from trailers, and so on from that.
Right.
And knowing that, having that, and not coming to me and asking me, well, Dad, I need this help. I said, you know what? I know I did something right as a real father at the top of the subject. I said, you know what? I don't have to do anything to help him on that, because he already a visionary, just like his old man a visionary. So that was a proud moment. At 18 years old.
That's awesome. I reckon you want a little bit of that, Ike. What you say?
I would have to say my most proudest moment. There's many though, but I have to say the one that really just kind of choked me up, I would say, was my oldest daughter. She was the speaker of her senior class, and it's like 300 people in this thing, and I thought, she would go speak about, her years in high school and all that type of stuff. But her whole speech was about her dad. Wow. And she talked about how he raised us, how he did this, and how he did that. And the whole room was crying. The whole room. And I was just sitting there, and this lady next to me said, get up and go hold your child. But I think it just kind of just showed that, because as a father, when you raising kids, you don't know if you're doing good or bad, until you hear it from them or you experience, and you don't know until they get to a certain age. When they're young, they doing everything and you do everything, but when they get to a certain age and they finally realize, how much you've given them, how much love you've given them, how much time you've given them, and where they want to go from here, because they know they have your support. I think that's the most proudest thing as a father, and the fact that your kids can come to you about anything.
That's right.
My girls come to me stuff I really don't even want to hear. That's right. But I have to, That's
That's remarkable. That's remarkable.
All righty then. Yeah. Well, first of all, I told you guys earlier we had Mr. P Man in here, and of course the men was running the table, but I called for a little help. I got Lady T. They think they gonna keep us out on Real Fathers, Real Men.
I thought this was the man panel today.
Well, it is the man panel.
Mr. Lowen.
Let me tell you something, Paul. Let me tell you something.
Help me out with that, man.
Real fathers, real men. Always let their wives do whatever they want to do. So
that's what it is.
Yeah, they don't tell them. You don't tell them to hush. You don't tell them to hush. You know.
I'm gonna let that go there.
You know, yeah, man. Sometimes you just gotta just let it go.
So that just tell me you don't want to fight today.
Never. The more peace I have, the better I am.
That's
right.
Well, part of that was the reason why
I would have to hear all the way going home. Don't cut me off on the radio.
You all that showing out in front of Mr. P Man. You know, Lady T and no. Okay, I got it. All right.
Part of the reason why, and we're gonna do these questions because I know Mr. Ricky needs to get out of here.
Okay.
But I want us to celebrate the men. So, Lady T, I'm gonna ask you to just move that mic over there a little bit. And what words can you say to express a real father, real man? What would you have to say along that?
Well, for me, a real father looked like my father, and I had dated some guys that just didn't exemplify that. And so when I met this man, I knew he was the man for me because he was loving, he was caring, he was firm, but he came in knowing the assignment. And so I'm grateful that he is the man that he is. He didn't only just provide. He taught, especially my boys, how to be men, and he taught my girls how a man is supposed to treat them. And so my girls right now, they will not accept anything less than what their father presented. So I am just grateful that he is the man that he is, and God knows what we needed in our family.
See, y'all was giving us a hard time. Thank you, baby. Very good.
Now look.
Now, see, y'all we gonna get
right choice, because you're riding me back to the house. So you already know. Lord, you're not the only one having these conversations going on. All right, just wanted to let you know that. Okay.
Now, that's a real father.
That's a real father.
That's a real father right now.
Okay, that's enough.
Hey, every man have a way of running his own house.
That's right. That's
right. Some men run their house, but they run the washing machine and the vacuum cleaner.
The dishes, washing.
All right, now I'm going to turn it back in the hands of Brother Carter.
Thank you for asking that Lady T to come on and give us a little spiel there on that there. So I'm going to have to reach out to Justin and Stephen for a minute here. Wow, we're talking about fathers, right? And this is Father's Day weekend. What does that mean to you? And how have Father's Day been in the past for you? Stephen?
I personally, I don't like receiving gifts, mainly because I don't know what it is. I don't know if I'm jaded, but even when it comes to like birthdays and Christmas and stuff like that, I always tell my wife, like, I'd rather somebody give me nothing than somebody give me a gift just for the sake of getting me a gift. I've got a drawer full of pajamas that I've never used. I just honestly, as I'm getting older, I'm starting to realize, coming to my own perspective on things. And one of the things that I feel like I should work on is because learning to just be more accepting of the way people are. I'm of this mentality of like, why can't you be more like me? And honestly, I try to be a good example for my kids in that aspect, because I think that way. So I mean,
let me give you some advice, Steve. Let me give you a little advice there. That it's up for you to receive or to reject. Sound like you are one of those individuals that are not comfortable accepting gifts nor accepting compliments or things of that nature. So I'm gonna tell you, stop it. Stop it.
Straight old school right there.
It's just started just accepting the gifts. If people don't show you appreciation in life, don't discount what people do for you, because you can be hindering their blessings as well as your own blessings. So don't turn down blessings when they come your way.
I've got a counter actually for that one.
Come on, man.
It's not. I love receiving gifts. I love receiving compliments. I will never turn down a blessing. However, if it's not coming from a genuine perspective,
that's the key word. That's the key. There you go.
It's an insult. You know, it's like, oh, here, I got you something. Shut up. You know?
Yeah.
It's not like, you know, here's something thoughtful that I got for you. I was thinking about you, you know. It was more like, oh, what am I gonna get him? Oh, here, something, whatever. Like I'm at the store, I'm gonna just grab something right here by the counter.
Obligation.
Yeah, exactly. You know,
Right.
I don't like feeling that like people are obligated to give me anything, whether it be attention, whether it be something physical. You know, I rather it come from a genuine
place. You're okay with it,
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's good.
Can I jump in there right quick?
Sure
I was coming your way.
Because what I was got to go a little bit deeper with certain things, but I love the way he explained that, and I feel the exact same way. You know, being older, and I'm 41 now, so I've learned to understand life from a deeper perspective. Not just because I'm a life coach and all other stuff, but I've learned to learn myself through people, right? So I didn't like. I still to this day don't like no holidays. To be completely honest with you, I don't like Christmas. I don't like my birthday. I don't like none of it. You know what I'm saying? Because of the same thing that he was saying. It's like when you feel obligated to do something because you feel like you have to do it. It's not genuine. You doing it because somebody told you to do it. Right. I want you to give me something because you say, you know what, Ricky, you're a dope person. I love you. I like you.
Just out of the blue.
Just out of the blue. You know what I'm saying? So what I've learned is that the person that is giving me the gift, and I do this before anybody give me anything, I ask them. I know it's very uncomfortable, but I'm like, why'd you give me that? And I have them think about why they gave it to me. Well, it's just because. But don't do it just because gift, because you felt obligated to do it. So now you're taking natural energy from yourself. I need you to be more conscious about the things that you're doing. Don't waste your energy on me, because everything is seed time and harvest. You know what I'm saying? So if something into me that has no possible way of growing, you're not growing and I'm not growing either. It's an empty gift. You know what I'm saying?
Just because it's Father's Day, let me see what I can find.
So like now what I learned to do is I say, even with my family, with Nick and everybody, they understand me. I'm like, hey, if you don't feel like you want to get me something because you love me, don't do it. I'm A-okay with that. I'm A-okay with it. I enjoy conversations. I enjoy just doing random things at random time, which is why I give stuff throughout the year. I'm like, I give you flowers all the time. You know what I'm saying? Let's just hang out and just talk. You know
okay, well, I appreciate that, but I love my birthday. I love Christmas.
Well, of course you do.
So, baby, I truly understand what
Lawrence don't say nothing, Lawrence.
Truly appreciate what you're saying. But baby, I would not have a problem.
Hey, but you know, if you gave me a gift,
you know,
I'd be like, thank you, receive it. And if I give you a gift, you could be like, thank you, I actually receive it. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Yeah, and it also depends on the value of the gift that you're giving. You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, everybody here, I don't know everybody here, but just based on the small things that I know, I probably give Brother Man a microphone cord.
Because
that's his thing. You know what I'm saying? I give him a Kango hat. That's his thing. You know what I'm saying? I go talk to him about music because that's his thing. You see what I'm saying? So every gift has to be intentional.
There you go.
That's the biggest thing.
Don't just pick up something.
Here you go. Here's a card. Don't give me that.
I like that.
Well, it's all right if he had a suit in it.
It's $2.
You guys are going to put the necktie people out of business.
Say that again, Justin.
I said you're going to put the necktie people out of business. Everybody gives their dad a necktie for Father's Day.
Oh yeah.
Nobody ever use it.
Right.
So my question to you, Ricky, is what do you have in store for the weekend here for Father's Day weekend? And I was saying earlier on the show, this is also Juneteenth weekend.
Right.
And so we don't want to get sidetracked with Juneteenth and you end up on the barbecue pit somewhere, Paul, you know, on Father's Day. You know,
right. Let's be honest.
It's my day. You know, why I'm on here cooking.
Right.
4 briskets on there. A whole 16 slabs of ribs. I'm working on, you know.
Y'all fathers, y'all great fathers.
Get on that grill.
That's usually how the holidays pan out, you know, we out there cooking. But what you have in store for the weekend?
You know what? The funny thing is, I'm on the 4th burner, meaning that I'm the last. And it was Juneteenth. It's also my 8-year-old daughter's birthday tomorrow. Then it's Nikki's birthday on Monday.
Oh man!
You just
it's like party over here, but again, my family, everybody knows me. I don't have to do anything, man. You can text me and say Happy Father's Day, and I'm cool, man. I'm a-okay with that. So I don't really want to do that. I'm gonna chill with the family and just be like, I don't want to do that. I'm good.
See that? And I guarantee you, if I ask that question to any one of these brothers, they would say the same thing.
Yeah. I'm chill.
I can be chill.
All right. That's me as well. Just I know I'm laid back.
Laid back. What about you, like?
I'm laid back.
But I just don't want to be bothered. Is that I don't know if that sounds selfish or not, but you know, sometimes you just want to relax, and just
I don't want to do nothing.
You know, if the family come, I mean, that's fine. But at that time,
I ain't gonna tell them don't come here.
There you go, exactly. But I just want to land back.
When Lauren said that earlier this morning, I thought that was the strangest thing. I'm like, what do you mean you don't want to be bothered? It's Father's Day.
You know what, man?
I mean, that's
because we bought a 364.
Right.
We gotta get
that one day.
Can
we have this one day?
One day.
Just
we won't do nothing.
Let me.
Just let me be.
Give me me time. I want my me time.
Exactly.
Let me have that me time.
What I'm hearing y'all say to celebrate y'all is just to leave y'all alone.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
So we don't need to cook. We don't need to do nothing.
Oh no, you.
No, we just say that.
No, we just say that. You gotta eat now. But we don't want to cook.
Yeah.
And so this weekend here is gonna be a little different. Since the NBA is all over with, we don't have no games to watch.
No, it's bad.
Yeah, there ain't no football. So whatever y'all got going on, bring it on.
No, y'all already done said just leave y'all alone. See, they done planned out something special for all you fathers. And you know what these fathers around this table done did? Y'all done messed it up.
Hey, but you know what?
Well, baby, if y'all listening, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry right now. Y'all have some. Dad will accept that. I know my grandbaby. She always have something. You know what, baby? I love you. Hey, I'm sorry.
There you go.
Just give me a little me time. That's all I'm asking.
I've learned something. So going forward on Father's Day, I don't have to worry about doing this, making sure that this big old thing is coordinated. Just give y'all me time.
Father's Day,
simple.
See, for me personally, all that stuff don't mean nothing to me. All that Father's Day, birthday, Christmas, and all that stuff. That don't mean a hill of beans to me, because every day I'm real father, real man.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
I'm just happy with family.
Yeah.
Having your family to come over and just seeing them and everybody just happy. I'm content with that.
Yeah. I gotta say one more thing right quick, and because it's on my head. So, a deeper thought with that process it's like, let's just make every day of the year you get people. Sorry, I'm trying not to curse on the gospel show, but you know what I'm saying.
This is a gospel.
And then you got the man right here, like, God, I really can't. But every day of the year you get treated like crap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you get one day where it's like, you're the best, and then psychologically the next day we go for a fact, we're going back to being treated like crap.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So like that's why we're like, I don't want to do nothing.
Sometimes the same moment.
Yeah, you're like, after that. you get one gift, 1 hour, 1 moment to be like, we love you, we appreciate you, here you go, and then the next 24 hours, you like
back to reality.
You ain't, you ain't. You know what I'm saying?
Baby, can you put this entertainment film together for me?
Exactly.
Now it's back to
work.
Yeah.
Back to work.
The grass doesn't need to be cut.
Yeah. So I have a question. As fathers, do you guys feel appreciated?
Of course.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It'd be nice if if your children come up to you every now and again and say, "Daddy, you know what? I appreciate you. You know.
Yeah.
It'll be nice.
Appreciation also means being understood, though.
Yeah.
Right.
Like when you understood, that's a different level of appreciation. You know what I'm saying? I can appreciate you for showing up.
Yeah.
But when you understood, that's a deeper level of a connection. You know what I'm saying? Like I actually understand you, so I know how to communicate to you properly instead of like I appreciate you. Like for what? Everything that you do. What is everything that I do?
But to piggyback on what you're saying, words do matter.
It does.
It does.
Words matter.
It
No
does.
matter how long or how broad they are or how small it is.
That's right. That's
word matter. And just a simple word, I love you, you know, or I appreciate you, or you did a good job.
Yeah.
You know, you don't get to hear that often.
No,
you know,
and
especially as black men.
Yeah.
You know.
But if you have too many of your kids come to you tell you I love you, then you're gonna get the thing like
what the hell you
right.
want?
I mean
they won't.
Something is I'm about to check out. Is this something I don't know about? That's too much love, you know. Then one or two of them come to you and say, Dad, I love you, that's cool. But the whole family come and tell you how I love you, then I'm asking wife now, what y'all got going on?
I have a question.
In the hospital or what?
I have a question for you guys.
Okay.
What words could you give a new father? Since you guys have been fathers for a while, we have Stephen, who is a new father out there of 2. What words could you give him to encourage him?
I'm gonna let Justin answer that question. Justin is one without children, but he have many children. Tell him, Justin. Go ahead.
Well, I did raise one for 12 years in a previous relationship, and he was mentally handicapped, and that was a wonderful experience for me. And I didn't have to deal with a lot of the problems that a lot of fathers deal with kids becoming teenagers and stuff, but I did get to form that relationship, and I think that for me, my advice to someone just getting into this game would be to, number one, allow your kid to be a kid. Let them be who they are. Don't try to make them into a small version of you, but also, you know, help them grow. Like when they're going to experiment with things, they're going to try things out and not like it and drop it and go try something else, and that's okay. You know, let your kid explore the world and be part of it, and just be part of that journey with them, and don't just, you know, beat them into submission trying to you know, make it like they're in the military or something. That my dad was so determined to make me an adult I remember being like 5-6 years old. I was expected to be an adult, and I think that really robbed me of a lot of opportunities to be a kid and go do kid things. So I would say let your kid be a kid.
And I want to apologize to my sons then, because I'm a military man, and I raised them up military style. So and you know, you want your man want his sons to be a young version of himself, but to be better than what he is. So that's good what you said, Justin, to allow the kids to be a child, you know, because I was robbed of that myself. And my father left us at a young age, and then being the oldest son at the age of 11, 12 years old, I had to take this leadership role or role of responsibility in the house. You know, I didn't have a job because I was a young kid, but I was responsible for my younger brother and making sure that the house was clean and make sure that the lights didn't stay on so mama wouldn't have to pay that high light bill. And all these different things. Right. So, yeah, that's a good question.
I'm going to ask this here because I know I've left Stephen here, and I know he has a question. I'm going to ask him this question. Stephen, as a new younger father, what has been some of the challenges that you've experienced, and a new husband?
Having to explain myself to people. What I mean by that is when I was single, I mean, I spent a lot of time alone, and honestly, I enjoy my alone time. And I didn't have to explain anything to anybody. I go do whatever I wanted. I could do things a specific way that works for me. And I didn't have to break it down. Like, what am I doing? I'll give an example. I was putting up a screen door at my house, and my wife is outside. Like, why are you doing it like that? Why are you putting this there? Why are you using this thing, that? And I didn't know. I didn't know what to say. I'm like, because this is how you're supposed to do it. This is how it goes. And she was over there trying to I don't know. Like I guess she was just trying to understand, but you know, just having to deal with being questioned all the time, and I feel like I've
questioned or just connecting. A lot of times, you guys think that we're questioning you, but really, a lot of times, most of the time, what we as women are doing is we're just trying to connect. And so, if
what does that mean?
Connect. Okay.
Right.
Okay, man. What that means
I'm a little confused right now.
What that means is we just want to connect with you. So you're in there doing something.
Yeah.
You really are giving me a hard time over here. Lady T, please take the mic. What that means is we want to be involved with what you're doing.
Helping us put together the screen door.
No, we just want to, we're trying to understand why are you putting.
Hello, somebody. Hello, somebody.
Right. Sometimes it's one.
We want to help. We really
Let's continue with the show.
We really want to help. We want to give support to you. We're grateful that you're putting the screen door together. But sometimes the way that you guys are putting the screen door together, you're not looking at instructions. We've already seen the instruction. You're leaving off screws. Now I'm coming for you. You're leaving off screws. The screen door that you're putting up there is going to be hanging off, half off the hinge.
It's going to be up when we put it up.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Yeah.
Just wait till we finish.
We have done several screen doors before. You say,
right.
Yeah.
But you don't go to slamming it, it'll stay up.
Lady T.
Hey, but you know what? I realize this, that most women, and I'm not speaking for the women, I'm just talking about what I've learned in relationships, is that most women just want to feel validated.
Yes.
So it's not even about necessarily, I get it, and it's annoying for us.
It's not actually a question.
It's not really a valid question based on what you're doing. They don't really care about the screws. They don't care about that, John. They want to feel validated, so they ask those annoying questions to us, and we be like, "Come on, dog, why you asking them questions?" But what it is that they want to feel like they're a part of whatever you have going on. You answer, I've learned. I'm just something I've learned.
That's why I have my cousin in here. That's my cousin.
But I'm gonna give the guys and us a quick tip.
Here's the kicker.
Yeah,
right, go ahead.
Here's the kicker. I promise you, and I've applied this. I don't talk about nothing I haven't applied. I typically answer 1 to 2 questions and they leave you alone. 1 to 2 questions.
There you go.
And they leave you alone.
True. All right,
and that's true.
And that teaches us balance too.
That's true too, because I found myself as I'm growing as an individual that I'm watching something that's the favorite time she want to come in.
Yeah.
And so I get the remote on and tell me if I'm lying or not. I hit the doggone button. I said, all right.
Here we go.
But he hit the button, and it's the whole way he sit back and look at me. Y'all see how he just fell back in the chair?
Because I'm trying to give you my undivided attention at the time.
Yes.
I'm not shunning you off like I know I used to do. And so I'm trying, being conscious of what I'm doing these days. So I try to sit back and I say, okay, let me turn this off so I can actually hear.
Okay.
So you connecting.
Yes.
Yeah.
No,
he's connected with you.
No, I'm connected with her.
Yeah.
But I'm allowing
her.
Look at
I'm
allowing
her. He's so messy.
I'm just saying.
But I want to connect with what you're doing too. Lady T, you want to give us some of this?
Yes, I'm gonna give y'all a little.
Y'all for me, y'all need to have a woman's show on Mother's Day. I got all this testosterone power, and y'all's taking all of it out of here.
Yeah.
Y'all sucking all the testosterone out of here. But go ahead, lady.
For me to see my man working on different stuff, I want to be a part.
Yes.
So, and then I want to take his attention, see if I can take his attention off of that too, because I'm thinking he's giving this project a little bit too much of his time, and I need some time.
I need some attention.
So when he starts working, it takes me to a different place, right?
That's not connecting right there. You going somewhere else. This is a gospel show now.
I desire to connect.
I know you do. I know you.
Not necessarily help him with his project. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you talking about a different project. Yeah.
That's a whole.
Thank you, P-Man.
My attitude with her with project.
Do the disclaimer right here.
We are not held responsible for those topics.
But Lawrence, I'm more than welcome. I always tell her most of the time if I'm doing something around the house, I always tell her, look, you're more than welcome to do this yourself.
Yeah.
If I'm not doing it right, I don't have the right screwdriver, flathead or Phillip, or some type of ratchet.
Yeah.
You more than welcome to come in and help me. You can do it.
Yeah.
You see, that's just how I am,
Yeah.
you know, because I know she don't know how to pull up a door.
Right.
Right.
So I don't really need these questions.
Exactly.
You see, I know you want to be a part of it.
Yeah.
I can hold you when I'm done.
Yeah.
Let me get this job
me
done.
finish
here.
first.
Let me finish first.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
we can move forward.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's
All
it.
right.
Let me finish, then we can connect.
Yeah.
You know what? You know what?
I ain't on the mic.
I over there. I appreciate what you're saying, but I'm gonna still keep trying to connect.
Okay.
Okay.
My wife is the same way. She loves to be in the middle of the stuff when I got projects going on. And we live out on a farm. We've got 20 acres out here. And I've learned that if I let my wife drive the tractor when we're doing whatever we're doing, it changed everything. You know, I give up the joy of driving the tractor, but she gets a lot out of doing that. She's in the middle of it. She's not very good at it, but she feels like she's doing something. You know? So that's all right. It doesn't have to be perfect. Let her drive the tractor.
There you go.
Okay.
See now.
But then he got to go back and do it over.
When she gone.
I'm gonna say something right here. Like you probably don't have this problem because you're not with wife. But have you ever found yourself, those of you that are married and have a wife in the house with you, you ever find yourself trying to do something or ask to do something, and then they tell you how to do it?
Yes.
All the time. All the time.
As if you don't not capable of going from A to B.
Well, that's right. Y'all still missing it.
No,
It's
what
how
we're
we
missing
connect.
is what we're missing is a lot too often, and I talk to brothers all the time.
Mhm.
Too often, brothers want to feel like let's see. Let me see if I can make this plain.
Okay, you got to ride home.
Throughout life, when you go to work on the jobs and all this stuff, and then you come home, people are never just uplifting, should I say? I'm gonna use a good word like that.
All
uplifting you as a man, and when you come home, you want to feel, just like a woman need to be validated. I guess we need to be validated as well as a man.
Agree.
So when your wife and your spouse tell you not doing something right, that's another beat down, should I say?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And at some point, when we find ourselves sitting over here by ourselves and not want to be bothered, this is why.
Okay.
Sometimes we block that negativity.
Yeah, we try. Yeah,
because we be in a zone. You're like, sometimes when I get off of work, I come home. Sometimes, you just want to be in a certain zone.
Yeah.
Okay. And if you have negativity or something that I didn't do yesterday, at this particular time, at this moment, that we can save that to another day.
Yeah.
Okay. So what you were saying, Brother Lawrence, that we need that space sometime, because if you don't give us that space, then we're gonna have this argument.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now you don't really get what I really want to say to you.
Exactly.
But I'm trying to not to disrespect you in a way. Let me be first. Okay. Let me have this time and have this space here.
Yeah.
And then I can answer any question that you want to answer at that particular time.
Yeah.
But if I'm not saying nothing and you've been talking for an hour, when I cut loose, you ain't gonna like it. Trust me.
It's gonna make up for my whole day.
Matter of fact, the whole year.
Yeah, the whole year. Because as a
364.
There you go. All right.
Because as a man, we challenged every freaking day.
Everywhere.
At work, on our jobs, just walking down the street, driving in your car. You as a man, you are challenged each and every day. And we feel like our home is our comfort zone. We should be able to come home, let everything go, and not be bothered about the outside of the world, because the world is out for us. I'm just gonna keep it real. Because we make one false move,
buddy.
Our world can turn upside down.
Okay, I respect that, and I understand exactly what you guys are saying. But what we're saying, and I'm going to make sure that we are uplifting, ladies. Let's make sure we're uplifting. If they're putting the door up, it's okay. You're doing a great job at putting the door up. We can get over there and help read the directions, right?
No, No.
No.
None of that.
You understand nothing we said.
Let me tell you what to do. Now, when I put the door up and you see that screw that's missing, don't say nothing.
Don't say nothing.
Don't say nothing. Just go on. When he gone in there to get his bill, watch TV, just go and pick that screw up and put it in there. And
he ain't got to know about it.
Made him know he think he done something real good.
Yeah.
You know, and you actually went behind the scenes and been that helpmate that we are called to be one to another. And so now I don't have to feel bad about the one screw that's missing.
Okay, all right.
Does that make sense?
Okay, darling, I hear that very much so, and I will make sure that I just go put that screw in there. But I want to
just put that screw in there, and if you can't get it all the way in, just say, baby, that screw, can you tighten that one up for me a little bit right there?
Okay.
That would look like it came loose.
Okay.
But all the time he ain't even put it in there.
Okay, before we end this segment here, Kelsey has a question that she wants to ask over here. And you guys know I always have them ask the question. And Kelsey, go ahead and ask your question.
Okay. So here's one question I have from one of the interns at the office.
That was yours.
No, this is IMIA's.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you want me to ask my question? Okay, I'm gonna ask my question.
Yeah.
What do you expect your family to do for you on Father's Day? I feel like somebody asked that already.
You did ask that.
Okay, I have another one.
Okay.
Does teaching one to be a man correlate with teaching one to be a father? If so, what or who best prepared you for fatherhood?
Repeat it again.
Does teaching one to be a man correlate with teaching one to be a father? If so, what or who best prepared you for fatherhood?
That's a part A, part B, and part C question.
That's multiple parts to it.
Okay, so who's wanting to take it? Why don't you jump on it, Ricky, since you have to leave out.
So that has multiple layers. There's not really a direct answer for that, but the short answer is, if you can teach your son how to be the best version of himself, then he can learn if he even wants to be a father or not. Okay. Because if he's not qualified to be the best man for himself, he cannot be a good father.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying? So if he hasn't learned his do's, his don'ts, his characteristics, his likes, his dislikes, he may get to a point where you're like, man, I'm not even ready to be a father, so I may not want to sleep with this chick and have a baby. You know what I'm saying? So it has to be, teach him how to be a man first. Don't even talk about being a father yet. Don't even bring up topic. What's the point of why I'm talking to you about bringing a kid into where you 16, 17 years old?
Why do you think there's so many single parent homes?
That's right.
Men grew up trying to be a father before they become a man, and then what they end up doing?
Yeah, like you 16, 17, you ain't figured out life yet. You don't know yourself. You're talking about having a baby. Like, come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Don't even talk about being a father yet until you've done being a young adolescent, teenager, a young adult. You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
Because having a child doesn't make you a father. It doesn't make you a man.
That's right.
Because it comes with a huge responsibility. And you have to be a part of that from the beginning to the end.
That's right.
And so when you get in those situations as a young man, and you're not ready to be a father, I think that's what happens to a lot of situations. These young men get out there, have a child at 17 and 18, and they bag away from because they don't know the experience or what it takes to be a father.
That's right.
That's why there's so many single parent homes now, because the father backs off. And what he's doing is that I hadn't become a man yet. So let me back off and try to become a man, but you've already had this child. So it's a lot into that. And I encourage young men all the time, man, wait.
Yeah.
You got plenty of time to wait. That's because you need to experience what it's like to be a man first.
Right.
Before you become a father. Then you can be an effective father in a child's life.
Okay. Well, that makes sense because the biggest problem is that they're young.
Yes.
They're just kind of going with what they see happening in the community, in their community or in the world.
Yeah.
They're getting with these girls.
Yeah.
Or, and they're
because when you're young, you still want to do things as a kid.
Yes.
You still want to hang out with your boys. You still want to go over here. Then there's some other lady like you.
Right.
So now you got a baby over here.
Yes.
And, you know, so and then you really get frustrated, and then you slows your process to become a man.
It does.
You know, so become a man first,
and
then become a father.
Figure out. I like that.
Becoming a man is not a thing that happens when you turn 21.
No,
that's it.
No.
It don't happen like that.
No, it don't.
There's some things, some characteristics, and some things you have to change in your life. And like Ricky keeps saying all the time, learn who you are as an individual.
Exactly.
You know,
before
becoming a man. You look out and you see different men and what it looked like to be a man. But until you mentally ready to do this thing, you're gonna remain a boy. I've seen some 60-year-old boys in life.
And it has nothing to do with the age. Right.
I've seen some 60. I've been to the club and seen a 70 and 80-year-old boy still sitting at the bar at the club. You know, come on, man.
Some grown kids.
Grandkids.
Some old kids.
Some point you got to grow up in life. So let's take a quick pause for the calls.
And we're going to change up and we'll be right back. I want to thank Mr. Ricky before we take this call.
Now, Ricky, tell him, because Ricky getting ready.
Before he get out of here.
Yeah, awesome.
Go ahead and tell them about yourself and how they can find you and all that you do.
Absolutely. Yes.
There you go.
Ricky Getwood Jr. You can find me at rpgm.us. I'm all about reprogramming our minds, like coach, drummer, personal trainer, massage therapist. I do it all to help you heal your mind and body.
All right.
Good day, y'all. Thank y'all again.
Love you, Ricky. Thanks for coming.
We love you.
Let's take a quick pause.
All righty.
Much love, y'all.
Justin, are you there? Are you back?
I'm here.
All right. Stephen, are you there?
I hear you loud and clear.
All right. Sound good. So what we're going to do right now, we want to read.
I'm sorry. Kelsey, you want to go ahead and go with some of the comments that we had?
Yes, we have one comment for one of our supporters. The only way we know it is if you say, I'll take care of yesterday on Thursday because I have to deal with this today. That's simple. Communicate.
Fathers,
say that again.
They're saying, this person said that the only way we going to know, go ahead and read again.
The only way we know is if you say, I'll take care of yesterday on Thursday because I'll have to deal with this today. That's simple. Communicate.
I think
so in essence, what you're saying here, what you think the caller's saying?
I think what they're saying to you men need to do a better job at communicating your wishes. I'll take it. If we say to you, we need that door hung.
Okay.
Instead of I'm going back to that door.
On that door.
Stand on that door. We saying we need that door hung, and you don't want to get that door fixed today.
Okay.
All you have to do to say to us, baby, I got you.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get it done.
I'm gonna get some batteries for that alarm there today. I'm gonna take that chirp out of the house today.
So there you go. So I ain't got to keep saying to you.
Yeah.
Baby.
This weekend. You got plans for the day. So
you understand what I'm saying? Communication. What you got to say on that?
I get it. I mean, communicate.
You know I'm gonna stay on that door.
I know y'all.
Yeah.
I know y'all. And when that happens, I got to get the door fixed.
Just get the door fixed.
So I got to communicate
right.
to the exact day and time. I'm gonna fix the door on Tuesday at 7:48 p.m.
And then we gonna fall back and let you fix it.
No, y'all ain't gonna fall back because at 7:50, why the door ain't done?
No, because you gathering all your stuff together, your tools to go get it done. Now I'm gonna step back because you gave me my time that it's gonna get done.
It's just like this is a prime example, right?
There you
go. You know, she said, "Long you gonna run the show today."
Oh God,
Girl ain't shut up yet.
That proved my point right there. That proved my point right there. That proved my point
right there.
Yeah.
In a nutshell, right there. Yeah, it don't matter that's like you say. At 7:50, the door ain't fixed. It's gonna still say something.
It's still gonna say something.
No, it's just a friendly reminder.
That's
a friendly reminder.
Thank you.
That, baby, you said that you were gonna fix the door.
But we already communicated
that you were gonna fix the door and the door is
we
still
know,
not
but
fixed.
we want to keep y'all on task, because we have distractions, things that come about like the football game.
Yes.
Or whatever, that you forgot was coming that day that you
Now you want to go look at the game. And you promised me you're going to fix this door.
Then my whole conversation changes.
Yeah. So it changes?
Yeah.
I get in on that.
I fix the door at 7:45 on Tuesday, right?
Yes.
And at 7:50, you tell me the door is still not done.
I'm not going to tell you the door is not done. I'm going to say, baby, do you need me to help you bring the bag, the tool?
Then I'm going to say, the door will be fixed in July 2024. And then you'll bag up. Because now I got a whole 2 years. I got a whole 2 years. I ain't got to hear nothing about it. But what I'm doing is I'm communicating, right?
You are communicating.
I'm communicating.
I'm giving me what you want to hear.
Exactly.
I'm going to leave that alone. I'm going to turn this over to the man of the show.
Back in the spirit of real fathers and real men. Man, there are cons and pros and cons to being a real father and real man. Mm-hmm. So my question going to go out to the men right here is, what's the toughest part, should I say, of being a real father, a real man? Justin, you go first.
All right. I want to step back to the door just for a second.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Whether it's with the spouse or with children or whatever, but when you have an expectation of somebody, like you want that door hung, and then you create the expectation of your mind that this is when that's going to get done, and then it doesn't happen, you're setting yourself up for disaster. And I've got a little saying here that I like, and it's that expectations are premeditated resentments. So if you have an expectation of somebody, you were already setting yourself up to be mad when they don't meet that expectation.
Wow.
People don't ever meet each other's expectations. We're human beings. So
we fail all the time.
Yeah. I think if you stop having expectations of your spouse or your children or whatever, I think everything gets a whole lot easier after that. But
I'm not agreeing with you on that. Now I'm gonna tell you this right now, Justin. If I can't have the expectation that my husband will hang this door that's been hanging off this hinge.
Oh, we don't get off this door in a minute.
Carter, when you get home, you better check out the door.
I will leave that alone.
I want to see which one of these doors.
Yeah, you might want to check all them doors when you're home.
Oh, have mercy.
All right.
So what's the toughest part of being a man now, Justin?
I think there's an awful lot of hard parts, but number one, I think is setting appropriate expectations for yourself, and being true to who you are, and not trying to be something that you're not. I think that was one of the biggest mistakes I made all through my 20s and into my 30s was trying to be someone else, someone different than who I am, and that's there's no happy ending to that, right? So the more I put on layers and masks and trying to be all things to all people and not taking care of me, the greater the disparity gets between who I am on the inside and who I'm trying to present to the world on the outside. And that's going to lead to a crash. Led to a crash with me.
Yep.
So I agree 100%.
And Stephen, what you say about that? What's tough part of just being a father and a man?
Well, I'm gonna just start by saying this. I feel like every time I come on the show, we get hung up on a very specific item that I mentioned. I remember my first time that I appeared on the show, we couldn't stop talking about the ladder, the ladder of success. And now we're hung up on this door. And you know what? That door's staying up. But I mean, like I feel like I covered it with this story, but I feel like I have to tell the end of this story. So cons, right? I had to adjust to explaining myself to people. I had to learn how to communicate. Now, when my wife was out there asking me those questions about what I was doing, it wasn't radio silence. I answered her questions. She said, "Why are you doing it like this?" Well, because it's easier for me to put this part on the actual what's gonna go up first, and then I'll screw it to the wall. And I'm doing this here because this, I'm doing this here because that. And after a while, she ran out of questions. And she was just out there, and I didn't say anything to her. I would genuinely answering the questions, and she said, "Man, I feel like I'm out here nagging you." And I didn't say it. I honestly didn't even feel it. It's something that she hadn't had experience before doing, and she wanted to learn about. And so after a while, she goes back inside, and I'm out there for a good minute, actually trying to figure out what I'm doing, because now I can actually focus on on doing what I got to do. But all her questions were answered, and after an hour or so, I come back inside. Oh, lunch is ready, and not to say that's where I needed her, like that women belong in the kitchen, but not to say that. But it's like not at all. Please don't misconstrue what I'm trying to say. But at the time, that's exactly what we needed, because if we were both out there, we would have been done putting up the door, and then we would have both been hungry. And you guys talked about this a couple weeks ago. You can't be the head. There can't be two heads in a household. You can't be two heads on a body. It doesn't work that way. So has any of us ever tried to slap yourself? Why would we do that? So why would one person try to hinder somebody else of what they're trying to do? So the best way for a body to function is for the hands to be holding something while the feet are moving towards where you need to take it. If everyone's trying to hold something, if all you're trying to do is hold the thing, you're never going to get it to where it needs to go, because the feet aren't moving. So there's moving parts. I tend to think of everything.
Saying, in other words, people need to stay in their own lanes in life, huh?
Not necessarily, but more your household needs to be a well-oiled machine. Every aspect of the household needs to, my wife gets gigs here and there where we need you to come today and help us out here. And on those days, I stay home with the kids. On those days, I do the dishes. On those days, I sweep, I pick up, because we have to keep moving the ball forward. I could say, you know what, I've been working all week. I'm gonna stay home and watch TV. But then that means she's gonna come home and have to continue doing those things, and we won't have time to be together. We won't have time for those connections. You crave the connections, yet we have to work towards the connections together.
Yeah, all right. I'm gonna go ask Ike the same question, because it's tough being a man out here in this. It's tough out here. So what's the toughest thing you reckon you have to run into?
I think as a man and as a father, you have to constantly keep your guards up. Because you are the protector of your family, of your home, and of yourself.
All right.
And you constantly have to keep your guards up against the world, against everything else, and you got to protect everything. Because when you look around as a father and as a man, you're protecting your wife, you're protecting your kids, you're protecting your home, you're protecting your family. But then you look around, who's protecting me? So we have to put it upon ourselves to protect all those around us and ourselves. And I think, both of the men said it earlier, you have to do it within yourself. You have to be who you are. And who you destined to be a good father. And try to be like nobody else. Don't try to be like Bill Cosby. Please don't be like Bill Cosby. But be the man that you're supposed to be. Because every home is different.
It is.
Every home is different. I can't run my home like Brother Carter running his home.
Right.
Every home is different. And so you have to learn and identify who you are as a man and as a father. And that's just my take on it.
Yeah, that's good, Ike, because when you talk about protecting, I like what you said there, but there's a lot of levels to protecting.
It is. It is.
The level of making sure they're spiritually connected.
Yeah.
Making sure that they're mentally capable of just facing this thing called life. You know, we're responsible for all of those things.
Yes, sir.
For the wife, and then like you said, who looking out for me?
Exactly.
And at the end of the day, you got to make sure you have a leaning post in the Lord.
You do.
I say
you do. You
know, because all the other elements are not there to actually just protect you.
Because you're protecting others.
Right.
You know, and
you
then
cover.
You cover a lot of ground.
Yeah.
Okay, as a father and as a man, and women do too. I'm not gonna leave them out. Women do too. But as a father, so you know, like if you're married and you have a wife, who's protecting her? You're protecting her. You know, and she can only give you so much protection. You know, but when you out there in that world, by yourself on your own, you know, who else you go look to? You can't look to nobody but the Lord. You can call your wife.
That's the truth. That's the truth.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's good. So I want to pose a question since the ladies are here today.
Okay.
He ready for it. I want to pose a question to the ladies, man. Yeah, ladies, y'all both are ladies, and you both had fathers. What do you look for to be the best quality of a man you want in life? I'm staying with you, Lady T.
Say that again. What does a woman look for?
Yeah, what do you as an individual look for to say this is the man that you want? You know,
okay.
Wait a minute, help me out asking the question.
Yeah. For me, as I said earlier, my husband, he represented a man like my father. My father was a provider. He was a protector. He was a nurturer. And so for me, my husband needed to be a lot like my father, exemplify my father. But more than that, he needed to exemplify my heavenly Father. And so when I seen that he had the heart of God, even though he wasn't walking the way that God intended for him to walk in the beginning, when God brought us together, he gave me that ability to pour into him so he could become a better man, a better father, a better husband.
That's right.
And so for me, he had to represent love, because God is love. He had to represent that he was strong enough to take care of the family, whatever that looked like. You know, and my expectations of him was no more than what he could do. And I think a lot of times us as women, we look at what the Joneses are doing and what the neighbors' households look like. And so we miss the blessing in what we have. And we become stagnated because we're missing what we have, the blessing that we have within our marriage, within our family.
You're looking outside.
So well, for me, I'm gonna jump right on that part too, because for me, it's very important that you, my husband, it was important that you be that protector, because my father didn't play when it came. First of all, my heavenly Father sure didn't play, and my earthly father didn't play about me. So it was important that I seen a man, that you be that man to protect me. You also had to have a kind heart. And it was important for me to see that you cared about your mother, who is the next most important woman, the most important woman in your life. And if you were a man and you didn't care, until you, but if you were a man and you didn't care anything about your mother, there was absolutely no way that you can take care of my tender heart.
That's true.
And as he said, it wasn't important for me how much you had, because I felt, as I said on the show many times, whatever you got, if you got 50 cents and I got 50 cents, we got $1. We're doing it together. And so it's about us coming together with whatever God has blessed us with, and we'll grow that thing out. But for me, it was more about being a protector, caring about my heart, and supporting me.
Amen.
And what I'm trying to do.
Amen. Well said.
And do I cover those grounds?
I'm still with you after 43 years.
All right.
Still doing something right.
Still doing it right.
All right. So I just wanted to make sure that you guys got into the show, and we close to where we have to close out. So we talked about the bad parts of being a man. What's most gratifying as being a man, a husband, and a father, and a man?
I think just it comes along with the blessings.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I got to put that in there, you know, because if you be as a man that you're supposed to be, as the Bible says, and you live this life accordingly, the blessings will come.
They're gonna come.
They're gonna come regardless whether you're looking for them or not.
They're coming.
It's gonna come. You live your life justly as a man and as a father, and you are that provider, that protector, those 3 P's, and that pastor. You know, the blessings will overcome abundantly in your life.
And let me ask you, Mike, what does blessing look like?
Blessing, I have this. I always had this saying, you know, blessings are, you know, things that you want and things that you don't even need. That's what blessings are. You know, I thank God every day for the blessings seen and unseen, because you don't know the blessings that you don't even see. You could have been driving down the road and there was a car coming your way, went the other way. That's a blessing you didn't even know about. You know, you're a blessing because you woke up this morning. You didn't even know you was gonna wake up this morning. Because we take things for granted, you know. Yeah, exactly.
Because a whole lot of folks didn't.
A whole lot of folks didn't wake up, you know. So that's my take on it. You know, every day is a blessing. And if you live this life, now if you want to live the other way, you know, you're gonna have the repercussions of that.
Right, you're gonna get what you get out
you're gonna get what you get out of it, you know, and it's gonna mess up your home, it's gonna mess up your life, and then you're gonna be in a situation where your blessings are little and few. You know, but you know, I just thank God for my blessings, you know, and I don't, like I always say, you know, he ain't gotta do nothing else.
You know, he said that this morning.
He's already done enough.
Nothing else.
He don't do nothing else. You know, I'm just thankful. You know what I'm saying? I ain't mean to preach. You know,
but that's good.
Let me get out that sermon real quick.
Hey, Brother Justin, what you think about that? What's most gratifying? Becoming a man, and you know, because you've seen where you come from in life, and you've seen all the rough stuff and all the bad stuff that becoming a man was. Now, so now that you are a man, you put away childish things. What is more gratifying for you right now?
Oh, I think Ike said it, man. It's just when I stopped trying to be all the things that I wasn't and started accepting who I am, I was able to grow into my potential, and that has been amazing for me.
Yes.
You know, Lao Tzu said, I don't know how many thousand years ago, he said that when I stop holding on to who I am, I can become who I might be.
That's it.
You know,
I like
nobody held me back as much as I held myself back.
That's right.
And now just putting all my energy into trying to grow into my potential and seeing, you know, I thought I've surpassed what I thought would be my limit so many times over. Like you guys said, like I'm already there. The blessings have been amazing in my life.
Man.
And I just I have so much gratitude for that. It's such a better life than I ever could have imagined for myself.
Yes, indeed.
So
and most of the time, you know, we go past those blessings because we're so used to. I mean, God blesses us so much, we look past them, but we got to sit in it sometimes. And just be grateful, like you said. He's exceeded our expectation. Of what our life has been exceeded.
Right.
Okay.
So, all right, I'm gonna ask Stephen. I want you to answer the same question. What is most gratifying, being a man and a husband and a father?
I think, I mean, there is no better way to put it other than the blessings. I was talking about this with my wife yesterday. We were just talking about it. She said, you know, I wish we would have had more time together as a couple before we had the kids. And because we were dated for about a year. And she said, you know, it would have been nice to have more time. And I said, yeah, but if we were still not married, if we didn't have these kids, we both probably would have still been at home with our parents, not doing nothing. And here we are 2 years later. Like, we got our own space. We're about to pay off our first car. I have decent credit. We got a savings account, you know. And these are things that before I did not even have the mindset to go after. Like, these are things that I had to, you know, I kind of hit the ground running. And I'm also thankful that, you know, there's tons of platforms, tons of people who are out here putting out good content like this. I mean, I enjoy talk shows. I enjoy podcasts because that's where I draw my wisdom. That, and of course, I was fortunate enough to grow up in the church. So as far as the example was there set for me. First, my heavenly Father, and then the man who I grew up seeing in the church. Because I personally didn't know my father growing up. I didn't meet my father for the first time till I was about 19, 20 years old. And the men in my life, like I kind of drew from their example, and I feel fortunate enough to that God had given me the wisdom to discern what and what not to do, as far as mimicking the men who were in my life, setting the example, even though they didn't know they were setting an example. I drew from what they did, and honestly, the blessings that I've received as a husband, as a father.
Mr. Paul, you was missing in action for a minute. And
yes.
welcome
Sorry
back
about
to the
that.
show first and foremost.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Anyway, we were talking about the ups and downs of being a man and a husband and a father.
Right.
Now we're talking about being the good parts.
Right.
What was most gratifying? We already know it was rough coming to this point.
Right.
And so we want to know from you,
yes,
what is most gratifying at this point in your life?
Just being consistent, Lawrence, because being a man, consistent and knowing that you have a wife and a family, you have to keep things going smoothly because, sometimes your wife, she knows what's going on, but your kids, anytime they see that their father fails or they see things is not going as normal, sometimes that can be a challenge for a man. And I always say I try to stay consistent on whatever I do, family wise, and try to keep things going. Like with us, with my family, I'm a cook. Okay, so I try to cook every Sunday to bring the family together because we used to have this round table. That's when the family come and we talks about what y'all do this week.
Okay.
And that's the time we have that bonding time. Okay. So what I try to do is I try to stay consistent of doing that because, the minute we don't have those cookouts like we used to have, the kids, they get dysfunction. They drift off and they be missing that because sometimes they may have a job promotion that they want to share with the family and so on. So it's my duty and my job to try to keep the family together.
Yeah, okay.
You see, so
that's what's most gratifying.
Is being consistent. Keeping things as a norm, just be normal at the time. Yeah, because my family and with the kids that I have, they depend on their dad to be able to keep things flowing. They don't understand that we going through this. That they don't understand that part. The only thing they stand every Sunday, I need them pork chops, or I need that brisket, or I need that those oxtails. They don't understand, we got spaghettis on the table today. You see, they don't want to hear that. Yeah. You see, so
after the show, give me your address.
I say we have kids on them Sundays. You see, that's the key. That's our time that we have with the kids. But no, Lawrence, I'm more than welcome. I will invite y'all. We're almost done with everything now. I'm definitely gonna do a housewarming, and I'm gonna invite all of you. I'm gonna cook it up. When I say from oxtails, from brisket, rib, I'm gonna have an extra room too because I don't think Valerie and y'all gonna be able to leave because you're gonna be so full. Y'all gonna want to kick it. Lawrence, I'm gonna put you in the recline. You're gonna be laid back, man. Yeah, so y'all ain't gonna want to leave, but yeah.
I really hate to do it. It's time.
Go ahead.
I know, honey. I know.
All right.
Okay. Because I do want to ask one more question before we leave here.
Okay.
And I want to tap on just a little bit of this about is it okay for a man to show his sensitive side?
Ooh. That's a good one now.
Yes, it's okay.
It's okay.
Yes, definitely. You have to show that you're normal too, though. Lawrence.
That's good.
You do.
That's
because you just can't be hard all the time, like the youngsters say. Being a person with a steel heart. Okay, they need to know if they touch you, your heart sinks in the same way if anyone else's heart and the female heart sinks in. Long as if I touch your heart and it's still, really, I don't want to talk to you no more because I know you don't have feelings. And that can take me to a whole nother place with you because now I'm starting to learn your character. Okay. So, but you have to be able to show a side. Yes, a man should have feelings. Show a sensitive side of them because they need to see that in raising boys. Boys need to see that because if you don't steer that into your boys, they gonna have problems within themselves and their relationships with others. With, when they growing up. So yes, you need to show that so they can show that what my daddy showed that side. So I do believe that I can open up with my mate.
And that's why the main reason why a lot of us don't open up.
Yes,
we don't want to show that.
But I think but there's only certain people that will let us open up, that we will actually show that feelings. Like I ain't gonna cry for you at work. Ain't nobody gonna be able to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Ain't nobody gonna be able to, it has to be somebody that's really close to me, and like Paul said, they're close to my heart.
Right.
For me to show that emotion. So. It depends on who it is.
Because you can't just go around.
You just can't cry. The only time I'm gonna cry if I'm at Ike Comedy Show, then yes, I'm gonna have them tears. That's the only closer you gonna get to me crying.
I'm gonna cry last
night. So I do some crying then because I was wiping my eyes so much last night. But either way, I'll just come in off of that.
Well, I don't have time to get with you, Justin. And
I know it.
Question right there, but I do want to close out with some, and you can probably put that in your closing remark if you care to or not. But let's make this closing remark as short and sweet as possible, if we may. And so we're gonna start off with Stephen and let you talk about what you learned from the show, if you learned anything, and what you took from the show.
For sure, it's always good to be here, and it was good to hear from all the men on this panel, and I'm just grateful to be a part of it. What I took from the show, I just want to touch real quick on the sensitivity. That's what it is. You got to know who to be sensitive around because it goes back to the protection. You have to protect yourself too, because if people see that, like this dude cries about everything, you'll become a target for certain people, and you just want to avoid that. Keep those type of people away from your family. And just thank you for having me, and it was a good time. I enjoyed it.
All right. Thank you, Steve. Thank you for coming to the show. Brother Justin B. Long.
Man, I tell you what, my big takeaway today, my big takeaway today is that I need to move to Houston. The more people I meet in this family that I'm developing in Houston, the more I realize how plugged in I want to be to what you guys have going on. Like, I have a sense of connection that I never had with my own family. And I appreciate that. That's an important thing to me. And I'm really grateful just to be a part of what you guys have.
Thank you, man. God bless you, man. And welcome to the Love and Victory Show anytime, Justin. All you got to do is just plug in and come on in, man. We love to have you anytime, brother. Brother Ike, any closing remarks and anything you want to say to the people?
I'm just thankful. I'm just thankful to be around two things: great men and great fathers. And I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm just thankful.
All right.
And tell them a little bit about your show. How can they? You come on right behind us, but what's the name of your show?
The Ike on the Mic Show.
There you go.
10 to 1 p.m.
Every Saturday.
And we are saved and silly every Saturday.
Saved and silly. And see, you can have them both because God have a sense of humor.
Yes, He does, and He wants us to have one.
Yeah, if most of us just look in the mirror, you'll know God have a sense of humor.
That's right.
Amen. That's right. Paul, what you got here, Paul?
Oh man, closing remarks for today. You know what? It's just a blessing. It's just a blessing that just to be in here, around great men like Ike stated earlier, just to be in here, just to be able to bond and know that I'm not the only one that have a sensitive side when it comes to family or anything, just to show that, you can break down and be able to show your feelings every now and then,
That's
but
right.
I'm like Ike. I'm not gonna be crying just because, just to be crying. It got to be someone that I even care about, touching feelings, or or being at a comedy show. Showing some tears,
Right.
But But yes, that's what I enjoyed. The next thing I want to talk about is this event, that we have in June, July. I'll make it real quick and brief here.
Let me let you
okay.
close on
Oh,
that.
you want to close? Okay.
Yeah,
All right. Okay.
close.
All right.
I'm gonna give my little synopsis, and then we're gonna let the host say her little thing, and then we're gonna let you close with what you're doing on the show. And my takeaway today is the last question I asked was the gratification of being a father, a husband, and a man. The most gratifying thing I can picture as a father is seeing my children grow up and be positive and productive human beings. Mm-hmm. And that's the most gratifying thing I can think of as a father. You want to know that what you've been teaching is starting to manifest. Mm-hmm. It's starting to grow up in them. And so that's gratifying. As a husband, I just like to see my wife smile, That is gratifying for me because she got so much going on in her world and so many things going on, and she don't take time out sometime to just smell the coffee or the flowers of life. So I'm saying, so it's gratifying when I'm able to just see her put a smile on her lips. That's the most beautiful, gratifying thing. And as a man, I never thought about what's so gratifying about me being a man. Being a man, just being a man. So, and it is gratifying to see where we come from in life, where we come from and where we are today. So that is gratifying because I often sit out on my porch and just look out and just say, God, thank you for doing what you've done in our lives. Thank you for making it, bringing me to the person that I am today. So that is so gratifying. And then we're gonna let her.
Before I speak, I want Lady T over there, who I was so gracious to have her come in. Come on, Lady T.
I'm gonna make it short.
That's okay.
I just want to send a great happy Father's Day to all the men out there who are striving to be great fathers. And I also want to commend those who have gotten it right. And those who may have fallen short, I encourage you to find good examples of fathers and ask them what they do so that you can be the best father that you can be.
You too can be.
Yes.
That's right. Amen. That's good.
And I want to say, as always, thank you to everyone. I'm so sorry about I don't know what's going on with my voice. I want to thank each and every one of you all that have come on and participated in this show. I thank you. We fight, but I really appreciate
I know how to get on your skin. That's what it is.
Yeah, love you. I enjoyed
connected.
We connected. We got it. I thank you so much.
Y'all really got that screen.
Yeah. To Stephen, to Justin, and to you, Mr. Paul, happy Father's Day, and to my amazing husband. Thank you for being a father from day one, and for being a great husband.
God bless you.
And all of our listeners, we thank you so much.
Thank you also.
Oh, and Ricky has gone. Baby, let me finish that. All our amazing listeners who tune in every Saturday, we appreciate you so much. And I'm going to turn this over because we are running over. In the,
we just go right into the icon on the mic.
Mr. Paul.
Yes, I'll make it real quick. Event. Yes, July the 10th, Raise the Praise is having an event. It's the Raise Benefit Concert that we have at the Harvest Time Church right here on Imperial here. It's a benefit concert. You can get tickets on raise100.com. Just get on the Raise the Praise website, and you can be able to purchase the tickets on there. Tickets are right now at this time it's only $20. You can get it for $20, but you have to use the coupon code. That's ticket site as well. Okay, so you can go to Raise 100, click ticket, or if you download the app, just go on the app, you flyer, touch the flyer, it'll take you to the ticket site to be able to purchase the ticket. And that's all I have. It's just having me been long on the show here. Thanks a lot.
All right, and thank y'all for listening to the Love and Victory Show with Val. I'm your main man, Brother CAR, and we're out.